Okay, Leo, let's be real. If the Zodiac had a Marvel movie, you'd be Thor. Not because you swing hammers, but because you are the thunder in the room. And today, I'll show you why your fire isn't ego, it's purpose. Look at Chris Hemsworth. He doesn't pretend to be Thor, he embodies him. The charisma, the humor, the glow that makes everyone lean in. That's pure Leo. You don't ask for attention, you create it. You walk in and the lighting adjusts to you. Honestly, I bet even your reflection checks its posture when you pass by. But like Thor, your story isn't just about being the hero. It's about learning the weight of your own light. Remember when Thor lost the hammer and had to find his power without it? That's every Leo moment when the applause fades and you quietly ask, who am I when no one's watching? Because under all that gold light you carry, your fire isn't vanity, it's heart. You shine because you want people to remember that life can still feel alive. You make others laugh because you know what it's like to feel invisible.
So today we're not chasing the spotlight. We're walking into the flame behind it.
Carl Jung once wrote that the sun is the symbol of the self, the radiant center that holds all we are. And Leo, you live from that center. You don't orbit anyone. The world orbits you. But when your light burns that bright, people forget. Even the sun needs rest. They see the roar, not the reason behind it. So stay with me, because what's coming isn't another horoscope. It's the journey from performance to purpose.
Get ready, Joe Gardner. Your life is about to start.
From ego to essence. From light that seeks approval to light that heals.
So before we go any further, take this as your cosmic mirror.
5 ways your light shines when it's pure, and 5 shadows that teach it how to grow wiser. If you've ever wondered why you can lift everyone's mood but feel drained when no one's looking, why you crave applause and still question if you deserve it, that's what we're unlocking today. The hidden rhythm of your radiance. And if you're here because you want to understand yourself deeper, not as a sign, but as a living archetype, hit subscribe right now. Because this space is built for people who lead with light. Every video here helps you master your own myth, to know your gifts, face your shadows, and step into the kind of confidence that never needs clapping. You don't chase followers, Leo. You draw them in by being who you are. All right, ready? Let's start with your first gift, the one everyone feels the moment you walk in. Charisma. You don't try to be charismatic, you just are. You walk into a room and suddenly everyone sits up straighter, pretending they were already paying attention. Even the lights adjust, like, oh great, the main character's here. That's the Leo field. You don't ask for energy, you generate it. It's like your aura pays the electric bill for everyone in the room. But here's the shadow. Charisma can become camouflage. Sometimes you shine so bright that people forget to ask how you are. You tell a funny story, you lift the vibe, you make everyone laugh. But who's holding space for you when the curtain drops? Jung would say this is the Leo's persona, the golden mask of light. It's not fake, it's a sacred performance. But even a sun needs to set. So remember, your glow isn't meant to entertain everyone. It's meant to illuminate what's real. Drop a sun if you've ever smiled through a rough night just because you didn't want the mood to drop. Because that right there is how charisma transforms into your second gift, loyalty. Leos don't do half love. When you're in, you're all in. You guard your pride like Mufasa on a mission. Noble, loud, unstoppable. You're the friend who texts, "Did you eat?" and then shows up with 3 takeout bags because I didn't trust your answer. You lead with warmth, and you protect what you love like it's royalty. Because in your world, it is. The shadow? Overprotection. Sometimes you roar so loud trying to defend someone that you scare the peace right out of the room. It's not control, it's care, turned up to 12. So when that happens, take a breath and remember, you don't have to guard everyone. You just have to shine so they remember how to guard themselves. That's how loyalty matures into your next gift, creativity. Leo creativity is never subtle. You'll organize dinner, and somehow it turns into a candlelit production with matching playlists and color-coded vibes. You make art out of being alive. The world's greatest Leos, from Madonna to Chris Hemsworth, create not to show off, but to express life itself. That's your real magic. You're not trying to impress, you're trying to ignite. But here's the shadow. Sometimes your creativity becomes performance for approval instead of expression for freedom. You post something and wait for the likes like they're oxygen. You create to impress instead of to express. Your reminder? Create like no one's watching, because your soul always is, and that's who you're performing for anyway. Type creativity if you've ever rewritten the caption 17 times trying to sound effortlessly profound. Because once you stop performing for others and start creating from yourself, you awaken your fourth gift, leadership. Leos lead naturally. You don't need a title or a throne or a microphone. You just exist and people follow. It's like you give permission for others to believe in something again. The best Leo leaders, Barack Obama, Whitney Houston, Meryl Streep, all carry that solar grace. They lead through inspiration, not intimidation. They don't say, follow me. They say, shine with me. But the shadow? Pride. You hate being wrong, like viscerally allergic to it. You'd rather teleport to another galaxy than admit you didn't know something. It's not ego, it's fear that if you falter, people will stop believing in you. But the truth? People don't love you because you're perfect. They love you because your courage reminds them how to be brave while imperfect. Your light is leadership, not perfection. Drop a crown in the comment if you've ever pretended you were fine just because you didn't want anyone to see you crack. And that humility, that moment you stop performing strength and start embodying truth, that's what unlocks your final gift, heart. At your core, Leo, you are not just the flame. You are the keeper of light. You love with your whole chest, laugh like it heals people, and walk into rooms as if warmth itself arrived. Your presence says, it's safe to shine again. That's the sacred Leo power, not dominance, but illumination. You don't lead by command, you lead by example. People feel braver around you because your energy says, if I can be this real, so can you. But here's the shadow. When you love this deeply, heartbreak feels cosmic. You give your entire sun away and forget to keep a piece for yourself. And when someone turns away from your light, it can feel like an eclipse, sudden, cold, unfair. That's when your final initiation begins, learning that your light was never meant to be borrowed. It was meant to awaken. You are not here to burn out for others. You are here to remind them of the fire they forgot. When you embody that truth, you become the light bearer, the Leo who shines not for applause, but because the world needs living proof that joy still exists. Drop a fire in the comment if you're ready to lead with that kind of light. Even suns need rest, Leo. If your fire's been feeling heavy lately, not burned out, just glowing on low battery, I made something for you. It's called Leo Meditation, a safe place for your light. It's where your inner spotlight gets to exhale. So after this video, go let yourself breathe there. Because even the brightest stars need a moment off camera. You can find it waiting for you in the pinned comment below. Let's zoom out for a second, Leo, because your fire isn't random. It's a story arc. Every Leo moves through a rhythm of becoming. First, you start as the performer, lighting up rooms without even trying. Then that same light evolves into the creator, shaping art, stories, and projects that carry your fire into form. From there, you grow into the leader, turning glow into guidance. And finally, you rise as the light bearer,
The Leo who shines not to be seen, but to help others remember their own warmth. That's your solar evolution. From applause to authenticity. From outer spotlight to inner radiance.
And because even stars need a way to stay steady, I made something to help. The Leo Transformation Toolkit. Think of it as your fire's survival kit. I made this because I know what it feels like when the spotlight gets heavy. It's not homework, it's a recharge. Inside, you'll find breathing practices to ground yourself before big moments. Gentle phrases that help you say no without dimming your warmth. And journaling prompts that remind you your worth was never built on applause. It's not about changing who you are. It's about making sure your light lasts. Because when you protect your flame, Leo, you don't burn out. You burn brighter. You'll find the toolkit linked in the pinned comment, right next to your meditation. So here you are, Leo, fire refined into gold. You've learned that your light was never about being seen, but about helping others see. That's your legend, not the roar, but the radiance. And if you want to understand how your fire finds peace in water, go watch Cancer, the mirror of Leo. Because even the sun needs its moon to rest, to reflect, to remember its warmth. Stay luminous.